of 3 years not being adequate. I'm not seeing anywhere where you are talking about the money. That's what I'm saying.
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
That's what I'm talking
Point
about.
of information,
Should
Madam
have been included here.
Madam Speaker, point of information.
And issues in the midst, an issue or allegations of issues of integrity have been raised by members. When I have looked at the dissenting opinion by 3 members, they have raised issues that have been raised to do with the degree not being adequate, and the other one is on an issue of experience not being adequate. Then the issue of integrity and money changing hands has been raised. At this point, because it is not contained in this dissenting opinion, I direct that an investigation is conducted as to these allegations of money changing hands to coerce members to add marks, so that this House can be given the opinion, so that we can have the matter discussed by this House at length. If money has changed hands, it is unfortunate that such things are happening up to this moment. We just want to do things in the right way. But for now, we cannot continue discussing that issue of money changing hands. I have directed that it goes to an investigation. The committee investigates that matter and bring a report here before the House.
Need to finish, Madam Speaker. There is also another issue which we raised.
Honorable members, what I want to say, Honorable Kavio, please, those things that to do with people's marks are just private. Yes. Let's not bring them to this House. And I have ordered an investigation into those matters. We will get all the information. Thank you, members.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The report, I think, is a little bit bulky, but with your indulgence, I wish to request that you allow me to read the committee's observation and the recommendation, and also the dissenting opinion, with your permission.
Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The committee, having considered the nominee...
That is on page?
I think they did not page the report, so it's the second last paper.
Okay. Right. Proceed.
The committee, having considered the nominees' field questionnaire pursuant to Section 7, subsection 9 of the Public Appointments, that's County Assembly Approval Act of 2017, curricula vitae, and having had oral submission during the approval hearing, observe the nominee is a Kenyan citizen, has the requisite education, possesses relevant knowledge and experience as provided under Section 35, subsection 3 of the County Government Act 2012, and satisfies requirements of Chapter 6 of the Constitution. The nominee attained average mark of 62.14. Based on the above, the nominee was assessed and awarded marks as per the table below. Work experience, out of 25, 15.29. Education and training, out of 25, 15 marks. Interest and knowledge relating to specific position, 9 out of 15. Communication skills, 6.71 out of 10. Presentation, 6.86 out of 10. Decision making and problem solving skills, 9.26 out of 15. So the total accumulative is 62.21 out of 100. The nominee met the set pass mark of 60%. Committee recommendation, having conducted the approval hearing for the nominee pursuant to Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution, as read with Section 35 of the County Government Act and Section 9(1) of the Public Appointments, that thus County Assembly Approval Act of 2017, the committee recommends that this House approve the nomination of Anastasia Wayua Victor for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee Member, Department of Water, Irrigation, Environment, and Climate Change. Madam Speaker, there was a dissenting opinion from some honorable members of the committee, and I'm going to read the dissenting opinion.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, the following honorable members from the Committee on Appointments do not agree to the committee recommendation that this House approves the nomination of Anastasia Wayua Victor for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee Member, Department of Water, Irrigation, Environment, and Climate Change. Number 1, the Honorable Peter Kilonzo. Number 2, the Honorable Brian Kisila. Number 3, the Honorable Francis Kavyu. This is because of the following reasons. 1, Section 35, subsection 3B of the County Government Act provide that a CECM must be a holder of a first degree recognized in Kenya. The second schedule of the public appointment, that is County Assembly Approval Act 2017, provides that the degree should be relevant to the position of water, irrigation, environment, and climate change. The members are of the opinion that the degree is not adequate enough. 2, Section 35, subsection 3D of the County Government Act provides that the nominee must have knowledge, experience, and a distinguished career of not less than 5 years in the field relevant to the portfolio of the department to which the person is being appointed. According to her curriculum vitae, the nominee has 3 years experience as director to another water service board. The members are of opinion that the experience is inadequate. Madam Speaker, that is the brief. And before I sit down, if you allow,
You can proceed.
because I sat in the committee on appointments and checked through the relevant documents that were presented by the nominee, and based on how I assessed her, I wish to inform you, Madam Speaker, and the House that I find the nominee highly suitable. One, because of her knowledge of this area of ours that is in the ASAL area, going through her transcript, academic transcript, even though the degree title was on developmental issues, the transcript would clearly tell you that he has interacted with issues to do with water, to do with environment, to do with climate and natural resources. So her suitability cannot be questioned. Again, I will also want, by interacting with her documents, I could see that she has been
Point of order, Madam
for
Speaker.
more than 15 years, and her area of
Point of order, Madam
expertise
Speaker.
in business is so relatable to what
Honorable.
of facts. Because what the honorable member is saying are allegations. I am with my phone currently. I have sent one John Brian Kioko Kisila money 34 times. If it is about sending him, if it's about sending him money, I have sent him 34 times. Yes. According to my record, he should not run away from telling this House the first transaction, what it was for. That's up to the last transaction. And I agree with you, Madam Speaker, in the report, nothing has been said about me sending him money. He's introducing new details on a report that he signed to appear before this House. If he had that instruction, he would have brought it at the committee level where we would have discussed that. So apart from the money he's alleging I sent him to coerce him, I want also him to discuss the other 33 transactions. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
And also rules of this of procedure. Madam Speaker, if the matter that they want to introduce in the report, they cannot sneak it in. The matter cannot be sneaked in. If they have any allegation, they must find another time and another space to introduce it, because at this moment, we have a report before the House and we cannot change the content. In fact, Madam Speaker, I am surprised because I was given this report.
I made that ruling, Honorable Majority.
I am
don't know
saying,
why you
Madam
are
Speaker,
repeating
please.
exactly
Again,
what I have just said.
Point of order also, Madam
1 minute.
Speaker.
Allow me 1 minute, not 30 seconds. The members who are alleging that you directed, Madam Speaker, you cannot direct what is going to be written in the report. It is members who deliberate
Point of order,
and
Madam
agree.
Speaker.
And agree. You only chair, Madam Speaker, you only chair. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Point of
9. Special motion, approval of report on vetting of nominee for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee member for Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change.
At this moment, I invite Honorable Nicholas Nzioka, Leader of Majority, Member Committee on Appointment, to proceed and move the motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that this House adopts the 9th report of the Committee on Appointments on vetting of nominee for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee member, Department of Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change, laid on the table of the House today, Wednesday, 12 March 2025, and pursuant to provisions of Section 35 of the County Government Act 2012, Section 4 and 6 of the Public Appointments, that is County Assembly Approval Act of 2017, and Standing Order 184, that this House approves the nomination of Anastasia Wayua Victor as County Executive Committee member for Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change. I call upon the Honorable
Question that this House adopts the 9th report of the Committee on Appointments on Vetting of Nominee for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee member, Department of Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change, laid on the table of the House today, Wednesday, 12th March 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 35 of the County Government Act 2012, Section 4 and 6 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act 2017 and Standing Order 184, this House approves the nomination of Anastasia Wayua Victor as County Executive Committee member for the Water, Irrigation, Environment and Climate Change. Before I invite the members to debate on this motion, I would like to invite Honorable Nicholas Nzioka to take us through the highlights of the report.
Point of order.
No, point of order, Madam Speaker.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
On
Point of order. I requested point of
No,
order
who is on
first.
the point of order? Is it?
I am on a point of order.
I have been allowed by the Speaker.
I did not hear him allow you.
No, neither did I hear you allow.
Then he should
Yes.
make that.
So, Madam Speaker, I'm on a point of order.
Welcome, Mheshimiwa Kisila's words. Speaker, don't feel intimidated. We are being.
Wait the other people to debate in a decorum way. Mine is on point of information to Member Honorable Kavyu. I think, Madam Speaker, we cannot keep on repeating ourselves. You gave a direction for the committee to be investigated. So when he's coming to giving explanation of where I was seated, what I was doing, I think that one is intruding to privacy a lot. So I beg to...
Up the section, but I'm more rewarded if the leader of majority is actually reading a report or is debating, because you are telling us that upon your interaction with her, because I was expecting, Madam Speaker, we have just had a report from the CASIP, and I thought, because we are not part of what you interacted with, and you are presenting a document to us with persuasions to vet, or rather to approve or disapprove, I thought you'd be giving us the findings of the committee, as it were. Now that we are aware that there were three dissenting voices, what about the other members? You know, because that is exactly, and then how did you apportion your marks so that you guide the House, so that we see how we are going to...
Majority, to yourself to the report.
Okay, thank you.
Then when we open it...
To inform the member, maybe, because I read the layout of the marks.
Okay.
But what... Yes, I did read. Can I read again? With the indulgence, Madam Speaker?
The thing is, you have already read, haven't you?
Yes, I have already.
So
That's why I'm
saying,
asking you.
Just restrict yourself to the report, then you
Okay,
are-
I was
then
also
allow
saying
the debates.
that the nominee interacting with her CV and during our oral interview indicated that he has been a director of her own private company that deals with so much relatable to the docket that she has been nominated. Okay. That is what I was saying.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. I now open the floor for debates. Honorable Brian, Honorable Kavyu.
That the house that is supposed to be approving CCMs for water has turned out to be a showdown. The same committee that we bestowed upon the responsibility to vet these officers has turned out to be a showdown. Madam Speaker, 3 members of that committee have issues of integrity. Madam Speaker, I want you to give a ruling at this particular moment whether we are going to proceed with this report, or whether you are going to direct that investigations be made on the allegations that have been raised here, because the allegation, excuse me, and I think, Madam Speaker, this house must learn a few things.
Member is on his feet.
A few things must be said here and loudly, is that if you find me irritating, raise your hand and increase or add value to my argument, or give a dissenting opinion. But I am on my feet, I am sober, elected, serving my 2nd time. So now you have got the benefit of listening to me, and I'll be educating you, telling you when issues of this nature are raised. Because, Madam Speaker, we don't sit in those committees. We are listening to a report. And the first thing we hear about this report here, issues of integrity. 3 members have been able to register their issues of integrity, alleging money transfer. Excuse me, Majority Leader, be kind enough to hear this.
Madam Speaker, point of order.
He is a man that is accused of giving people money.
My name has been adversely mentioned. I want to clear my
I'm
name.
on a point of order, I'm not through.
Proceed.
Excuse me.
Please wait.
And it's orderly when a member is on point of order, please, you let me be heard. Issues that have been raised here. Issues that have been raised here by the majority, Brian Kisila, Honorable Kavyu, and PK, are issues that cannot be thrown under the table. Madam Speaker, the members of the public want to hear. If this member that, because of course, one of the things is called canvassing. It's not allowable anywhere where there is vetting on. And the issues of canvassing have come here. We have already evidence here that 20,000 changed hands on behalf of the candidate from one person to the other. These allegations, Madam Speaker, must be taken seriously. We cannot proceed as if it was normal. Looking at the approval of the Approval Act of 2017, Madam Speaker, we have a very clear way. It does not give members ways of giving marks of your view. There are clear ways of giving marks. Madam Speaker, if somebody has no degree, where is he going to acquire the degree in front of the committee? If somebody places themselves in front of the committee and he doesn't have a degree, he scores a clear 0. Now, Madam Speaker, he has taken us through marks. These are issues of integrity, Mheshimiwa Wangondi. Listen to me.
I want to give you information.
If the candidate does not have the prerequisite experience, that candidate scores a 0. And now issues of integrity are raising here. Money and people coaxed. So, Madam Speaker, we'll be asking you whether we are going to proceed with listen to this report here, or whether you are going to order for investigations into this committee that is trying to give us misrepresentation. And Madam Speaker, if this is not done,
Madam Speaker,
this is going to be the culture. I am in record in this country, having called members of this assembly a kaute. This is what is now sneaking in this year. It is not
Madam
me
Speaker,
who is not showing this evidence here.
Honorable Ngunga,
So now it is
Information, Madam Speaker.
Madam
the
Speaker.
point is made.
It is made.
I want to make a
Very strong.
Point of
Very
information,
strong
Madam
point.
Speaker. Point of information, Madam Speaker.
I want to make a ruling. On
Just
that.
an information, Madam Speaker.
Let me make the ruling. Honorable members.
Madam Speaker, you chair that committee, and we raised that issue clearly. Let the clerk and the officers who are working on the report explain why they never captured that bit. We raised it very well, and it was supposed to cover part of the dissenting opinion. Why they decided to ignore that bit, maybe it is them to clarify
Madam Speaker,
why that
order.
was omitted.
Madam Speaker,
So,
point of order.
Now that it happened that it was not included here, we discuss something that is
Madam Speaker,
not
point of
clear?
order. Madam Speaker, point of
Madam
order.
Speaker,
Let's restrict ourselves to what is written.
Madam Speaker, the chair of the appointment committee, when you were leaving, you directed that the dissent in order be captured, and how they decided to
Point
leave
of order,
that
Madam
part
Speaker.
out.
Point
Point
order,
of information, Madam Speaker.
Point of order, I think
Point of
Madam
information,
Speaker,
Madam
yeah.
Speaker.
Madam
If it
Speaker.
was not captured, then
Is this going to
let's
be-
restrict.
All the people of Machakos look up to us. And an assembly as the legislative body of the Machakos County is supposed to lead by example. Madam Speaker, no matter how people will try to run away, no matter how people will try to be irritated by the truth, Madam Speaker, today, the County Assembly of Machakos is on trial. Madam Speaker, in the morning when we met to adopt the report, the same people who are jumping up and down, when we raised the issue, they ran away. They could not wait for the matter to be presented. So I don't understand when they are raising on point of order, saying that issues are misrepresentation, yet when the matter was raised, they ran out of the committee and they could not wait for us to finish the report. So, Madam Speaker, I wish also to confirm to this House that it is not the first time that we have assessed a candidate and the results gets tampered with. What we have in that office of the clerk is a rogue officer who has failed the integrity test. And Madam Speaker, if you remember the nominee who declined the same appointment, Mrs. Mwandhi, who we had interviewed but declined, the same occurrence happened. We were summoned in the morning. That time, it was not done the way it is happening today. We were summoned in the office up there, and we were asked to do adjustments to the scoring that we had done so that the nominee can achieve the set target that we had set of 60. People changed. That time, it was only myself and the Honorable Deputy Majority Leader, Jackson Ndaka, who never succumbs to the same, and PK was absent.
I know to address myself.
So, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker,
Please,
Where is the
don't
evidence?
mention people.
Madam
Where is the
Speaker,
evidence?
Don't mention members' names.
No, Madam
Honorable,
Speaker,
Honorable,
Madam
Where
Speaker,
is the evidence?
Madam
Where is the
Speaker,
evidence?
Honorable Ndaka,
Madam Speaker,
Have a seat.
Madam Speaker, absence of actual evidence. The fact that we never captured them or we never recorded the occurrence, it doesn't make it right or acceptable. Because, Madam Speaker, that is what has built up to what we are experiencing today. And Madam Speaker, the Public Appointment Acts of 2017 is very clear. Honorable members, with me is the assessment form that is normally used to assess a candidate. And the first item is on work experience. And it goes ahead to add that the work experience must be related to the position that the person is being interviewed for. As I continue, You might decide what you want to call it, but Madam Speaker, we are not sure whether we can trust the office of the acting clerk. Because
Let's do the investigation first, then we can come out with such recommendations.
as we also investigate, because Madam Chair, Madam Speaker, what you ordered for investigation is a different matter. You didn't include that. We also want the office of the clerk to tell us how those marks mutated, one from 9% to 98%, another one mutated from 20% to another one moved from 20%
Madam Speaker, point
to
of order.
95%
Attention members.
to 20%.
Honorable Kavyu, just a minute. I want to bring to everybody's attention on contents of...
guided, but whether in presence or absence of standing orders, it is clear. And this is what we want to tell the people of Machakos. Whoever you might get in today as the CCM member for water is a product of fraud and corruption and manipulation. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
I oppose the report and dissent.
Thank you very much. Honorable Maida. Yeah.
What is the information that the member was trying to pass to me?
I've ruled on the matter.
Yeah.
Proceed.
So, Madam Speaker, when you choose to become a public officer, when you do the wrong things, you cannot run and try to hide against privacy. So, Madam Speaker, what I was saying, that is the order on how we were seated. After we concluded the vetting exercise, because I was sitting at the center, we had one of our clerk, Kelly, who was sitting where Honorable Ellen is seated. So when we finished the exercise, the honorable member passed to me their assessment form. I also collected for Kisila. The PK was seated where Honorable Kitaka is seated, and the deputy minority leader was seated where the commissioner is seated. They all passed their assessment papers to me. And that can be confirmed from the CCTV footage that we have in the house. And I passed them to the clerk, Kelly. And Madam Speaker, because their assessment papers had not been folded, the member, Honorable Winnie, scored the candidate 14 marks, 20 marks.
Point of order. Point of order, Madam
Point of correction. Point of correction. Point of correction. Point of correction.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Point of correction.
Madam Speaker, point of order.
No.
Madam Speaker,
That one I'm
point of
not
order.
going to allow.
Honorable,
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order. Point of
Don't take that
order.
direction.
Point of order,
Don't
Madam
take that
Speaker.
direction.
Madam
Please,
Speaker.
please don't take that
Point of
direction.
order, Madam
Thank you.
Speaker.
Just restrict to the objection.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. But that is the truth.
Point of correction.
Point of information.
Point of correction.
Madam Speaker.
Proceed.
Point of order.
But that one
Point of information.
Point of
Thank you,
order,
Madam
Madam
Speaker.
Speaker.
not proper.
I'm well guided.
Point of
I'm
information.
well guided,
Point of order, Madam
Point
Speaker.
of correction.
I'm
Point
well
of order,
guided,
Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker.
Madam Speaker, point of
I have
order.
guided.
Point of
I'm
information.
already guided.
On order, point of order number 87, he has made allegation. He either withdraws. We cannot just let it
It
pass.
is not an
Yes,
allegation.
Madam
It's
Speaker.
allegation.
Two members standing. Madam Speaker,
Information.
on the floor.
Information.
An allegation,
Madam
Madam
Speaker,
Speaker.
Madam Speaker,
Point of information.
Allegation, Madam Speaker.
Point of information.
It is not an allegation, Madam Speaker.
Point of information.
Can we have all the members seated? All members seated. Honorable Passy, take.
Contributing on that issue. Madam Speaker, I was contributing on that issue. Madam Speaker, to the voting area. And we have such, we should, if it is secret ballot, let it be secret ballot. This is private property. This is not the property of the assembly. This is a personal private property.
Madam Speaker.
You are infringing on my
Point of
rights.
information.
Already made a ruling.
Special motion, approval of report on vetting of nominee for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee member for water, irrigation, environment, and climate change.
At this moment, I invite Honorable Nicholas Nzioka, Leader of Majority, Member Committee on Appointment, to proceed.
In point of order.
Honorable.
So, what is the point of order?
Honorable
They need to
Winnie,
what does it say?
the member.
Sorry, my point is point
What
of
is the
information.
stranger saying?
You cannot just be shouting point
What
of
is that
order.
stranger saying?
Order, members.
What is the stranger saying?
Point of information.
Honorable Ngunga, I have not given you permission.
Madam
to do
Chair,
that.
I'm still on the floor and
Point of
she's
information. Point of information.
Point of information taken.
Yes,
Yes.
Madam Speaker, it's quite sad when members are debating here. We
together with my Kalama people for the prosperity and the continuity. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Mutie.
It is not right based on who brings it. It is not wrong based on judged if it meets the threshold of Speaker. At the end of the day, because the procedure does not meet the threshold of integrity. That is what I'm.
Honorable Felix Ngoi, Madam Speaker, as I stand.
Order, honorable members.
Division.
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Matter, honorable members.
For division on this matter.
We vote.
Yes.
You may have it. Yes. Thank you. All right.
Thank you.
Honorable members.
We have to debate and agree on the way of voting as a house.
Yes. We cannot just be guided. Madam Speaker.
Members.
Yeah.
Order. I say you out. We can only have one speaker at a board. Let's respect our standing orders. Let's respect the laws of this country. So I request the clerk to. I ordered the official bell to be rung. Sergeant Atam, take it up. 10 minutes. Yes. Order, members, can we take our seats? An investigation. That's what I said.
We have, Madam Speaker, we have answer report. When we're conducting these things, these interviews, we have answer reports. The candidate could not even answer any issues related to water. But my dear colleagues, and I want you to listen to me now. If you want to continue appointing incompetent people to offices, just know there's something called garbage in, garbage out. We will continue not delivering to our people, and the people who are going to suffer is all of you. I don't have a problem. Me, as Brian Kisila, I dissent, and I'm calling upon members of same level of thinking like myself to reject this report and not to employ this CCM, because within a very short time, you'll see the kind of repercussions we are going to be in. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much.
First of all, my name is Brian Kisila. I'm a member of this committee. And I would like, first of all, to stand here to oppose. Being a member of this committee, I oppose the report. And I gave a dissenting view because of what I saw in that candidate. And my dissenting view was very clear. The candidate is supposed to have a degree in the relevant field. This candidate did not have any degree related to water or irrigation or environment. One of the reasons why we are suffering as a county is continuous appointment of people who are very incompetent in positions. And the reason why this county is not performing well is that we continue allowing people who don't have the experience to work in this county. Things have to change, Madam Speaker. And it's the high time we call a spade a spade. And what I'm saying here is, being a member of this committee, I did not find the degree relevant. Number two, the candidate only had 3 years experience. The law is very clear. The candidate is supposed to have 5 years minimum experience. Now, Madam Speaker, it's either you have or you don't have. If you don't have the experience, you can prorate your marks based on the marks, on what you think. It's either you have the degree or you don't have the degree. If you don't have the degree, you cannot score anything. So, Madam Speaker, first of all, there is a very serious integrity issue with the appointment committee. And it's a high time as an assembly, we make a decision based on what are we going to continue accepting in our committees when we have serious integrity issues being brought by members of the committee. We are vetting members, and one of the questions which you normally ask them is, do they have any issue with Chapter 6 of our Constitution? Madam Speaker, there is something which went on in this committee which we need to bring it out here to members. Members, when we are seated here, we know what members gave because we are seated next to each other. After a few minutes, over the weekend, Madam Speaker, some members went and changed their marks. And we have that information. Even further, money changed hands. And money changing hands, I don't want the information.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Which order is that?
Information granted.
Honorable members, I think it is high time we take work serious.
Honorable Ngunga, I have not
Are you
given
the
you an
speaker?
opportunity.
Are you the speaker? I'm just...
Madam Speaker, you chair that committee, and we raised that issue clearly. Let the clerk and the officers who are working on the report explain why they never captured that bit. We raised it very well, and it was supposed to cover part of the dissenting opinion. Why they decided to ignore that bit, maybe it is them to clarify
Madam Speaker,
why
point
that
of order.
was omitted.
Madam Speaker,
So-
point of order.
Now that it happened that it was not included here, we discuss something
Ma-
that
Madam
is
Speaker,
not
point of
clear.
order.
Madam Chair,
Madam Speaker, point of
Madam
order.
Speaker,
Let's restrict ourselves to what is written.
Madam Speaker, the chair of the appointment committee, when you were leaving, you directed that the dissenting order be captured, and how they decided to
Point
leave
of order,
that
Madam
part
Speaker.
out.
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
Point of order,
Point of
I think
Point of information, Madam
Yeah.
Speaker.
Madam
If it
Speaker.
was not captured, then
Is this going to be-
strict?
Way I can restrict myself to integrity issues. Integrity issues have rocked the appointment committee. And let me tell you, Madam Speaker, in fact,
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
I would like to be
Point
allowed-
of order, Madam Speaker.
I would like to proceed. I would like to proceed. Madam
Honorable
Speaker.
Brian Kisila, I have made a ruling on that, and I've said, just restrict yourself to what is written here.
Point of order, Madam Speaker, surely.
But you cannot.
Point of order.
At least I should have seen
Madam Speaker,
canvassing.
money changed hands in this committee. And if you are going to allow members to be given money to change marks, then, Madam Speaker, this House, or rather all of us, go home. And if you are going to come here and be given some few shillings to change your marks, then you are not worth being called a member of County Assembly representing your people. Personally, I was sent money by the majority leader on my WhatsApp, on my
Honorable
M-Pesa,
Ngunga,
on my M-Pesa.
I've not given you.
And I'm willing to, let me tell you, time has come when we must start calling a spade a spade. If you guys are cheap and you want to be bought because of 20 shillings, then I'm not one of them. He sent me 20. He first of all, after the meeting, called us and he wanted to give members money. I refused. He went further, and I wish he was here to listen. That's why he has run away. He went further and sent me money on my M-Pesa, 20,000, to coerce me. Let me finish. Don't ask me for what. He's here. Just come. Aja kuje. No. I'm not his wife. I'm not his wife for shopping. Just wait. Madam Speaker, I want members to listen to me. If there is anything I'm saying which is cannot be substantiated, I am willing to go on record, and I'm on record. Majority leader coerced members to change marks. Yes. And we know what other members called in that committee. He was on record after the meeting to call us and tell us to offer us 20,000 shillings from the candidate. I refused. We went for lunch at his place. Ikuhuni, Bizo Mbio. And when we were there, Bizole. When we were there, majority leader actually sent me money on my personal account. What? For what? I returned it back to him. I sent it back to the center. Because I do not want to be party to anything which is going to compromise on
Madam
my
Speaker,
integrity.
point of order. I'm rising on point of order 87. My name has been adversely been mentioned to suggest that I was coercing members. Number one, while we were interviewing the nominee, every member was at free will to score their marks, and the envelope was sealed. I will confidently stand here and say nobody coerced me. If anyone was coerced to offer marks, then I don't think he's fit, actually to fit in that committee. On the allegation of me having tried to coerce, and I'm demanding an apology and withdrawal of that statement. I am addressing the Speaker. I am willing to show my M-Pesa statement to indicate how many times I have sent my accuser money, because it's not the first time I've sent him money. And why that time he thought I was coercing him and he returned, it is for him to prove. I have sent him, because I interact with Honorable Brian, Madam Speaker, we have sent each other money so many times. Yes. And he returned willingly, but I am saying money that I sent him and that he can prove so many times, let him say every other time that I have sent money, what it was for. He cannot be selective.
Thank you. Direct that the other allegations on matters to do with changing of marks be done by whoever did it, if it is true. For now, they are just allegations until investigations are done and we get a report, then we can table it to this House. Thank you. Honorable Kavyu?
When we do our marks and we give our marks, we normally seal the envelope and we hand it over to our clerk. Madam Speaker, we were seated next to our fellow members, our colleagues, and we know what they scored. That time, after we score, we normally give our score sheets, all of us, to our clerk. How marks ended up changing from when we were seated here and later on, that also raises,
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Raises a very
Point of order,
serious...
Madam Speaker. I will continue becoming a nuisance. I will
raises,
for sure. Point of order, Madam Speaker.
That raises a very serious integrity issue.
Madam Speaker,
that
allegations are being made against members. Allegations. Are we
investigated? Madam Speaker, Majority Leader.
Order for investigation.
Yeah, exactly.
So let him finish.
Let me finish my points. Mheshimiwa, stop being irritated. And remember, the people of Machakos are watching you, defending integrity issues. And let me tell you, you can continue protecting. Yeah, you can continue protecting it. So, Madam Speaker, my point is, let me tell you, Machakos people, the whole of Machakos County people are watching this assembly. And they are watching people being manipulated to change what had been done. The point I'm raising is, Madam Speaker, I want you to order an investigation into the clerks. No, that's a different allegation. Into the clerks. How did the marks change from what we had been awarded to what is being given now, Madam Speaker? My last point, Madam Speaker. I do not have a problem. You can approve even anyone who doesn't even have any qualifications. I don't have a problem. If you feel, as member of the County Assembly, that water department deserves someone who cannot even answer what is the name of a machine which drills boreholes. Another tractor. If you want to employ someone who cannot even know what is called a geological survey. If you want to employ...
Point of information, Madam Speaker. Point of information, Madam Speaker.
But let me tell you...
Madam Speaker,
time will come.
Point of information, Madam Speaker, please. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Time will come.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Time will come.
Point of information, Madam Speaker.
I want to finish.
The member is misleading the House. He's giving a different information from which is in the report, Madam Speaker.
The answer,
I have said, let him give that.
I am not a man of... I'm a man of sound mind. And when I make an allegation, I am ready to prove it. I want to table the M-Pesa statement. You have received 20,000 from Nicholas Nzioka on 6th March 2025 at 20:18 p.m. I have got even witnesses here. He was sending me money so that I can change my marks. Immediately after he sent me money, or in the same day, at 2040, I returned back the money to him. Now, let me ask you a question. If we are going to become that cheap, so that you think that you can send me money, so that I can order a report.
Honorable Brian Kisila, I have told you to restrict yourself to the report. You said you have a dissenting opinion, which has been read, and it never mentioned issues of money. Kindly.
No. Madam Speaker, I am at liberty to show that there is a serious integrity issue with this committee. The same member started calling other members to change the marks.
Madam Speaker, on point of order 87. Point of order 87.
Anyway, I am tired because we are all not serious with our work.
Lunch is ready.
How can we allow a member of this assembly to stand up and accuse other members that they were given money? Can you substantiate?
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Can you substantiate?
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Thank
Point
you.
of